Hey everyone, and welcome to another edition of Bad Movie ASMR. I haven't been around in forever. I apologize. Life happens. um, Today I just have a short one about a movie called Thrashin that came out in 1986. And it's got, I believe, I wrote down Corey. I don't know if meant Corey Feldman or Corey Haim. Full disclosure, I watched this movie months ago, planned to do a video about it, and then never actually did. So I don't remember anything about this movie, but there was nothing quite memorable about it. So instead, I'm just going to speak softly to you and read my notes to you, and you can make of it what you wish. So anyway, Thrashin, 1986. Picture it. Alright, so Corey jumps up from his skater's dream and skates off his own rooftop from his bedroom. I think he goes out his bedroom window and then skates off the rooftop. And he starts the day to the opening credits of the movie. And they play like, that fun like do type 80s music if I recall correctly. And he meets up with the ramp locals. There's a big ramp and they all get suited up to Devo, which is pretty cool. And then there's like a big skate ramp party thing happening, and they all go have fun and games until this gang shows up, and this gang is called Hook and the Daggers. I'm pretty sure they're called Hook and the Daggers. Hook and the Daggers. So, they skate over the car, like over the hood, like a bunch of hooligans, and then it says I wrote down show up insulting breakdancers, and then I underlined it twice. Oh, they're skating over. I don't know. They're like there's two truck drivers there. There's some breakdancers being insulted. Everyone's wearing Chucks. That seems to be the shoe of the day. And then I think they're all kind of like, it's like Venice versus the Valley. There's the kids who live in Venice Beach in LA, and then there are the Valley kids who live in like the San Fernando Valley. So that's probably like what separates them or something. And then I wrote, turns out ordinary Chrissy's bro is head of the gang. Who is ordinary Chrissy? I don't know, but I wrote Chrissy Chrissy. So that means it's a girl. We can deduce that much. Chrissy. I guess she's ordinary, but her bro is head of the gang. So I'm gonna imagine that maybe Chrissy's like in love with Corey, but stuck with the other kids or something like that. The gang, the Daggers. And then I wrote the outfits, exclamation point, as if that's going to help any matters. It was the 80s. So then some villains drive by in this like spray painted convertible while the protagonists try to fix up their own car. They're at a place called Tommy's, and I just wrote production design. Production design. So they must have had some really good production design because I put it in all caps. And then about 19 minutes in, there's bottles galore, LOL. And then shout out to the Red Hot Chili Peppers, who I think actually make an appearance in this movie. I totally forgot. Red Hot Chili Peppers are in this movie. Like, when they're still really, really young and starting out. Red Hot Chili Peppers. I think, then there was like a romantic scene around 25 minutes, but I wrote that I missed it because I went to go replace the ice cube tray because I needed more ice. Then there's like a Hollywood Boulevard montage, which is about as what you can imagine it to be is Hollywood Boulevard. Then the kid's sister goes back to the house full of spray paint and junk. Then go back to Indiana, Chrissy, says Tommy. Go back to Indiana, Chrissy. So obviously none of this is making sense. Hopefully it's just jumbled enough and making no sense at all that I can help put you to sleep with this little story here. So if you're expecting anything coherent, barking up the wrong tree, bee. Okay. Anyway, so then there's like a skate competition around 29 minutes in, and excuse me, sorry about that. So yeah, at the skate competition, Corey gets injured and the Daggers win. Then they meet the manager, I don't know, I just wrote in parentheses, hot bod. I don't know if I meant that about Corey or the manager. He's like, I rep people who play with the Beach Boys. And then there's like this really long montage of them ramping over the homeless in Hollywood. And Corey tries calling Chrissy, but Hook won't let him. But they find a way to go to Denny's anyway. Because who doesn't love Denny's? I don't know. And then they go back home to F-U-C-K. Webster and Corey, outskates the villain gang. It's a good skate scene. So I guess Corey's name is Webster in this. I don't know if that's supposed to be his last name. Then he hops on a bus to find him. There's no show, so they seek his ramp. This is making no sense. Other villains setting fire to it. Confrontation. The protagonists get beat up. I'm just going to read my notes because I have no idea. But the protagonists are getting beat up by villains. Chrissy's like, Corey, don't be like Tommy, please. And then there's a cameo by Audrey from Twin Peaks, Sherilyn Fenn. So that was a highlight for me. Everyone skates, drives to the meetup. Of course, it's all new wave style music and stuff like that. The villain has this wrestler drag queen, like blue eye makeup on, and it's a skating and nunchucks fight. Like someone brought like soap on a rope or something like that. Red versus blue, but the cops break it up. Chrissy threatens Corey she'll go back to Indiana if he doesn't fight him again, despite having serious injuries like a broken arm. So I just wrote, dump her, she doesn't get it. Go back to Indiana, be simple, like I don't care. That's what I wrote. I wish I remembered some of this now, because it sounds like an actually kind of fun movie. Maybe I'll watch it again and do something more involved, but probably not. Let's get real. Anyway, so Velvet, Audrey, wants Homegirl to stay, but she won't, and she tells Corey that. Does Chrissy always wear a pink cardigan? It seems so. Montage of Corey learning to skate on a canyon, around an hour and 15 minutes. Wow, and I still have like all these notes afterward, and we're an hour and 15 minutes in. This like must be a long movie. Then there's a purse full of dollars. What's that crystal? Chucks everywhere. Everyone's wearing chucks again. The Daggers show up. They're like, let's race. And then Corey showed up. And there's like some new friends in town that are there to watch. And then they go down through this like really great race down like what looks like to be maybe Mulholland Drive or something like that. Or maybe Coldwater Canyon. It just has like that kind of like look to it. And then they're like knocking each other out. So people are just like going flying over off the side and stuff like that. Webster ends up winning, which is Corey. Webster wins when the villain takes a turn too tight and flies off a cliff. Afterward, he approves of his sister's relationship for losing against him. Didn't die from going off a cliff, so he's happy about the relationship now. Oh, that's actually it. I actually wrote notes for that movie, The Final Girls, thinking it was going to be a bad movie, and it ended up being really, really good. So if you guys want me to do that one at some point, I might do it because I watched it twice actually, and I really enjoyed it. So I don't necessarily have to always do bad movies. But anyway, this was just a little short one today. I recommend Thrashin' to anyone who loves 1980s skater type movies, Southern California, 80s vibes all the way. And yeah, I hope you have a good rest of your day or night, and that this stupid ramble may have helped you go to sleep because it made no sense to me, so it definitely made no sense to you. Go watch Thrashin' and tell me what you think. Bye!